What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with a donation. This time we checking out this band called TRI4TH, I think, Dance Em All. The donator donated because they know that I have a background in jazz. That's actually where some of my musical education came from. Now, it's been a minute since I've actually played and did some studying. Once I had kids, I couldn't put as much time as I wanted to towards it, but I do still appreciate some good jazz. Now, I'm also told that this is Japanese style jazz, which I don't have a lot of experience in. So let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up. First time hearing Dance Em All. Okay, first off, this dude's technique is clean. It is so clean. Every accent, in order to achieve such a clean accent, right? I imagine what this type of warm-up exercises was. You know what I mean? Because you don't hear anything. Right? It's just a note. You don't hear any like excessive air. You don't hear like any type of excessive tonguing over his embouchure. It's tight. It's loose where it needs to be. Dude is sliding all over the place. I really hear his personality in there. Really love it. Let's keep going. It's clean. Okay, one thing that I really love about this is that I know they titled it Dance for It All, right? But sometimes when I think of jazz, you know, some of my favorite jazz that I like to listen to is kind of like swing type, like big band, you know, kind of this is a biggish band, but big band type of jazz type of stuff that I like to listen to. And most of the time what you hear with that one would be, you know, they would all play, you know, kind of like, you know, the main, and they play like that, like the head before they all kind of just jump into their own respective solos, right? But with here, especially with that last part right there, how it's kind of smooth, but it's almost kind of weird, because you see everybody kind of jumping up and down. You expect to hear like some type of like pumping 4x4 beat, but it's not, right? That was kind of like their transition into what they're about to start playing now. But I just like how, like right here, I like how just even and nice it kind of sound, but everybody's jumping up and down, which kind of gives me like a false sense. Like if this was like, if I was just looking at this and if I hadn't had no audio, I'd be thinking they're jumping to like a 4-on-4 beat or something like that, 4 on the floor, you know what I mean? But really good. I really love that transition right into this right before they jump right back into the main parts. Let's go. That piano melody right there. Okay, so this is Japanese, right? It's a Japanese metal band. This looks, yeah, Yonosuke, yeah, that looks Japanese. So that melody right there, I hear that influence right there in that piano melody. It's kind of like a bebop. Okay, so now we're moving on over to the piano, right? Because he's about to do his solo. Um, one of the things that really got me into jazz is just the constant evolution, right? It's music with a soul. It's music with a purpose, right? Everything that's being played, no matter how much you practice it, every time you play it, it's going to come out a little bit different. You're going to hit a certain note a little bit harder. You might even flex a little bit over the chords. Whenever you're starting to do kind of like your melody, something might come up. It's always something different. Just like as he was playing, the rhythm section completely changed. Right. I love that type of, I mean, the piano's playing what it needs to play. The drums, it's just ever evolving. It's actually the reason why I started getting into metal. So I like that. I believe that was an improv, and now it's time for the piano to go in there and start throwing down. So let's keep it going. So, okay, so something really interesting just happened here, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard it as well because it's happened to me before. Whenever whenever I've soloed, many years ago and everything on the sax, is that whenever you are kind of flowing and you're doing like your improv and everything, um, it's sometimes a lot of back and forth. But you see how the pianist, right? He started establishing like a little melody and what's going on, and you see how the drummer kind of came in and jumped in on that. Right. Sometimes that stuff just happens. It's not planned. It's not, it's, I just feel like when you try to, I mean, you don't plan improvs, right? Otherwise, it's not an improv. And that's what that sounded like. It was just a lot of guys that's been very comfortable in their elements, just sit here and jam. But that little join in with the pianist, with the jazz drummer, that was everything. I love it when that type of stuff happens, man. You just really you really feel it. Here it goes. You see, he's looking at him. They feeling that energy. Oh, bass is killing it. Tenor saxophone, baby. You gotta love it. That was beautiful. Yusuke Orita. That was beautiful. I almost kind of feel like, for those of you who can get into jazz, I feel like once you like start really kind of diving into like the intricacies of it and start trying to play it of your own, that regular mainstream music 100% will be ruined for you. It will be ruined for you because you've experienced the more complex side. You've seen what music can be when it kind of comes out of that typical 4 bar, 8 bar loop that you're used to, right? You get that sense of progression, that sense of personality into music, right? And then you just can't listen to everything the same, right? You're gonna start craving something that's more complex, craving something that reads and not reads, but sounds like a story unfolding. Right. And that's the most beautiful thing that I love about jazz. And another thing is that, oftentimes, because I live in Kansas City, Missouri, right? This is a jazz city, big time, big time. Is you it won't be difficult to go around and find somebody playing. But I really, really love to stick for the improvs because you can tell a whole lot about somebody, about how they improv, right? It just comes straight from the soul. But anyways, I've been talking too much. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.